Welcome to Let's Go There podcast.
What's good, people? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Go There podcast, where no topic is off limits, no opinion is too spicy, and yes, we may step on a few toes along the way. I'm your boy, Coach D. With me, I got KB, the chef, because he love to stir that shit up, and Rail the Great, soon to be known as the voice of reasoning. We working on that. But what you got for us, Rail?
All right, what's up, fellas?
What's good?
Good to see you again. You know what I'm saying? Another
Likewise.
week down. Yeah. So, y'all know what we got to do to start off the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Warm it up.
We got to put the tip in. Gotta warm it up a little bit. You know what I'm talking about?
Little bit.
Yeah. All right, so today's segment is called, drum roll please, Jump in the Boot.
Jump in the boot.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Jump in the boot. All right, so I'm gonna give you the rules of how it go.
Yeah, let's
We
hear
all
this.
gonna take a turn.
I said we rapping.
We all gonna take a turn and say a word. And
Okay.
who the word is for. So, like for instance, if I say, all right, this word for KB, pickles.
Nope.
He has 5 seconds.
God damn.
Wow.
I got one though. Hey, I got one. I would probably. Hey, you know what we should do? You got the word, bro. And between me and him, whoever could come up with the
Man, don't do that
whatever,
shit.
I
You was
guess
killing
whatever
me
we gotta
last week, pause, with the other shit we was doing, rapid fire
Pause,
shit.
goddamn.
This nigga. I said pause, nigga. I said pause.
do. Jesus Christ.
Is the pause not
Bruh.
respected anymore, God?
Oh man. What you think? Go ahead. You the boss. You got it.
We gonna leave it how it is because I ain't got
Alright.
that many
That
words.
was wild. Pickles, nigga.
Hey, straight out the hip.
Thanks.
So
He got me.
oh man. All right. So with the word being pickles, KB has to come up with sing a song that's already created about pickles. He got to find one. If he can't within those 5 seconds, he got to drink. KB, you can't lose on purpose.
That's a part of the rules, man.
He already plotted. He already plotted. You saw the smirk. It was brewing
Yeah,
on his
right.
face.
Right. You can't
Like,
lose on
shit.
purpose.
I mean,
Hey, man. They got to, you got to change the rules to some people around here.
well, apparently.
All right. Y'all ready to get this show started?
Ready or not.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Code
All
D.
right.
Thank you.
All right. What you thinking? You better wait, nigga. You better wait. You better
Your
wait
word.
for the punchline.
Your
All right.
word is pillow.
Pillow. Oh shit.
Yep.
Pillow.
Yeah. Ain't so fun.
Oh
Rabbit
man,
got-
pillow
yeah.
talking is what come to mind, but I lay
Yeah.
your head on my pillow.
This motherfucker.
All right.
and just
I would have struggled with that one. I would not have went there.
I don't know if I made it 5 seconds, but I got it.
It was a little.
It was close. I know it was probably at the buzzer. All right,
And these games are not built for me. I promise you.
all right, let's go.
Is it on me to give him a question, or you gonna?
Nah,
give him?
it's on Code D now. He got
Alright.
it. So now he got to push
shit.
it up.
All right, I'm trying to think. I feel like I don't want to give you nothing too easy. All right, chef, your word.
Oh, I thought that was the word. I'm like, motherfucker, what?
I forgot his tag. Yeah. Your word is window.
I feel like it should be so easy.
Easy.
Use a window shopper. Mad at me.
Okay.
I think I know
okay.
why.
All right.
All right.
Summertime,
That
a
was
white Porsche red, but it's milky. Who am I word going to? Rail?
Yep.
Yeah, Rail the Great. We finna find out. Your word
I'd
is.
rather see how great.
I better say the great. Your word is light.
Light.
Light. Like the
light.
light just fell out.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
As you can see, I'm dealing with some shit.
No.
You better find that. You better get
I can promise you that wasn't even planned, Real. That's just
He over there
divine
trying.
timing, as they say.
Shit.
Oh shit, it's right. You done fucked up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against the ropes.
Mm-hmm. Down goes
Get up,
Frazier.
Craig.
Yeah, I got that dog. Light.
Get up,
That's
Craig.
a crazy one, bro.
It's an easy one.
Light. What?
Yeah.
Give me a song off for light.
You know
This
you got
little
it,
light of mine.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Put him up. Yep. Had you in there.
That's just one.
Boy was throwing body shots.
Mm-hmm.
Boy had nothing.
Right.
Catch your win.
Wait, this shit crazy. I should have thought about this. KB,
All right.
your word is lick.
Lick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna go blues for y'all. I got this already. Baby, let me be your candy liquor. Girl, can I use liquor? Or does it have to be lick? Just lick.
No, it has to be lick.
Has to be lick.
You tried it.
I mean, that shit works though, right? Base word. Lick. Let me lick you up and down.
Okay.
all
Till you
right,
say
all right,
stop.
all right.
Stop fucking with me, niggas. Stop fucking with me.
Nobody come to see you, Otis.
All right.
All right, Code D. Your word is hair.
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 Mm-hmm.
Oh. Dang. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
How does song go? It's NDRE.
You tell us.
NDRE hair.
I know what you're looking for, too.
Damn. I cannot think of the doggone lyrics. It's NDRE
That's
hair.
tough.
That's the song.
What stuff? I don't know. I don't know what song you're talking about. I mean,
That count, right?
no, I don't know. All right, go.
I ain't hear you say nothing.
Yeah.
It was NDRE. Hair is the name of the song.
Hair's the name of the
How
song.
does it go? I don't know. Jump in the boot.
Hold that.
Big L's.
Yeah, big
L's
L.
in the chat.
And it's not for let's go there. It stands for loser.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Hey,
I like that song too.
Y'all tried it.
You don't like it enough, apparently, my boy.
Apparently.
I ain't heard it in so long. It's a good song though.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, it's a good song. That's gonna be stuck in my head. All right.
Tried it.
Who got next? Rel?
Nah, I think that was two for everybody, huh?
I ain't do
I said
two.
my 2 words.
Oh.
I
think
did
you're the last
one. Y'all just been going back and forth. So
Okay.
Rel, you did two? You guessed two?
No, I didn't actually. I did one.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tried to get him.
Wow. Your word
Mm-hmm.
is music.
Play that funky music.
Ah. Thought I was gonna trip him up.
Yeah.
All right.
In my bag.
All right.
In my bag, sir.
Well done. Well done. So I think we all had one, huh? Or did KB make it out?
No. Yeah, KB the chef. I'm stirring this shit up over here.
You made it out? I thought
You got both, all two?
You
I
can't put me
thought
in
we
the
called it
blender.
one.
Nah.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Before the show, that word would have fucked me up.
Window. Did you get window?
Window shopper by 50 cents is what I said.
Yeah, he did do window shopper. And then
Oh,
he
and
Stop
he
playing.
did
Y'all
lick
stop
too.
playing with me.
He did.
He did the liquid. I don't know, man. Liquid.
He did. He got
When
it.
you
I
when you
remember.
didn't specify the
Alright.
rules, and then I went with
All
silk, I
right,
think.
all right,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
KB won it this week.
Nigga.
Shout out to KB. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's the end of Jump in the Booth.
Jump
All
in
right.
the boot, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. That was cool.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah, that
All
wasn't
right,
bad.
Kothi.
Well done. What's good?
Let's go there, man. What you got for us today?
All right, we're gonna go there today. We're gonna do it a little different though. You know,
Okay.
last few times we didn't ran it, we didn't chopped it up. You know, we had some strategic conversations. This week, I think we ought to, kind of shoot from the hip.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one that came up recently for me was, you know, should feelings be tied to duties in a relationship? Should your feelings be tied to duties in relationships and marriage, even, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, you think of duties as honey, do this, honey, do that. I need you to help me with this. Hey, don't forget to do that. Um, you're that goes for all relationships. Your marriage, whatever. And then when you finally had kids,
Hmm.
Daddy, can you do this? Daddy, can you help me with that? Daddy, watch this. And it just the wheel keeps turning. So I think a lot of people, especially when it come to men, we all seen as tough most of the time, or we have the title of protector. That's like our primary protector, provider, and all of that. It gets almost eclipsed by these other feelings that we have. That we kind of bottle up and we push to the side, and we just do our job, right? We put our head down, we buckle up, and get it done. That's what we here for. Well, I also feel like these feelings can play into these duties, right? These feelings that we bottle up and we push to the side, they go to affecting these duties and when we do them or how we do them. Sometimes when it's daddy do this, daddy do that, we ain't in the mood. We might be a little disgruntled. We've been at work all day and got to come home and we got to cut the grass. you know, it plays into it. And that's just the reality of it. Like I know from the woman's perspective, I've heard at least where it's like, well, they got to do stuff too, right? Nobody asking them to do this and do that, or the way they look at it is, is you see what I see, right? It's all of this stuff that got to get done, and I just do it at the end of the day. But you still got your feelings about it, right? That's the way I see it. At least you got your feelings about it, and that plays into how you do it when you do it, and what you're doing. In my perspective, I don't know what y'all think.
That's a tough one in my opinion. I mean, because feelings are going to play a part in anything that you pretty much doing. It's either you making a choice to let your feelings override it, or you saying like I'm just gonna power through it or whatever. But your feelings
Yeah,
gonna be your feelings. Like you said, after a long day, do I want to come home and cut the grass and that sun's still hot? No. I tend to save mine for the weekend. Like I try to do time management, but even with time management and having kids, like you said, it still feels like a tall, daunting task of been dealing with the kids all morning. Now let me get out here in the sun. It's at high noon and cut this grass. Do I feel like it?
right.
No, I don't. So feelings do play a factor in it for me along those levels. But I mean, I'm sure we'll keep rapping about it.
For me, feelings do play a factor in like your honeydew list. Um, Cause I'm gonna be very candid. Babe, I don't feel like doing that shit today. Like, I ain't feeling it. Like for instance, the back patio, I just finished getting it together, but she was on my ass like, "Hey, when we going? Cause I'm when you gonna finish the back patio? Cause
It
I
never
want to get back
stops.
patio."
Thanks.
Yeah, bro. Like I've been work. I work every day of the week. Like I don't
Hmm.
feel like doing it right now. And like nah, you know what I'm saying? And that could start a potential argument. But I do wanna throw this out here though. I mean, and maybe this could be for the female listeners. Uh, if your man's ain't feeling it, it's a potential it ain't gonna get done right. That's just from my perspective. I'm
That's
just
not a
saying,
bad thought.
like, if I'm out here, like, let's say with the patio thing, if I'm out here mad or tired, whatever, like, and I'm just throwing shit together, it's gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a good mood, fellas, think about when y'all let's talk about cutting grass. When y'all feel like cutting grass,
Oh yeah.
boy,
Oh yeah. That bitch be
boy, the
clean.
edge is
lines are
gonna be
crispy.
crispy.
Facts.
What? You gonna
Facts.
have the golf course lines in the grass.
Oh yeah.
You might even take it a step further and edge the little bushes in the garden and stuff. You
All
know what I'm
that.
saying?
Sweep it
All
up.
of it.
All that. We ain't just blowing it back in the grass. I'm gonna sweep all
I'm
this
gonna
up.
sweep. I'm gonna sweep.
We
I'm gonna
got a
take my
fresh
time
line
to
up with the
sweep it up.
fade. Facts.
Fact.
Yeah.
spin along around in the boat.
Yeah. All that. Yeah. Busting
Oh,
donuts
man.
in the driveway. Oh yeah, we
What?
clean.
All that.
Look at this shit.
I'm
I'm about to
telling
get
you.
the water. Let me get the hose right quick. Get you a little sprinkle. Get you
Mhm.
shining. Get your little spray on. You know, look, little sheen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro.
Thanks.
So that's my thing, man. It's just like I gotta be in the mood so I can make sure it's done right, bro. I gotta be in the mood to make sure it's done right.
Now I got to go devil's advocate on your ass, real.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm sure people that crucify me in the comments before now. Now it's just your turn.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Now it's just your turn. Because
I
I'm
was
gonna play
already
devil's
waiting.
advocate. I'm going to the ladies' side on this one because ladies can
Go ahead.
easily say they work too. They've been on their feet all day. They got to come
All
home
day.
deal with kids, and for the
Oh,
most
that's
part,
it.
it's probably balanced. But it's a lot of mommy going on. You talk about them cooking. Maybe they come home and do clothes, laundry, clean up the house a little bit. Yada yada. I'm sure they don't feel like doing a lick of that shit. And so if they had the same mentality of, well, if I don't feel like doing it, the shit ain't gonna get done right. What the fuck? My plate just gonna look like slop at the end of the night. I mean, what the fuck you talking about?
What dinner? What dinner,
Nigga,
man? You better get some
slap
cereal.
that shit on the fucking.
Yeah. Better get you a bowl of some cereal. Here you go. Pour that shit up
So
yourself.
for
You
me,
eating hopes and dreams tonight, my boy.
Yeah, for
For
you and your
me-
household, huh?
For me and my household, we
That's
was serving
funny.
Lord.
Bro.
Nah, man. Like, so if I tell, all right, cool. I'm gonna give you an example. If I'm working and my wife working, and it's her turn to cook or something, and she be like, "Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, work with my ass. I really don't feel like cooking. If I got a little energy left in me, I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. I got it. If I ain't got shit to give, man, fuck it, bro. We about to order. we about to Uber.
We about to have
We
some
about to Uber
sandwiches,
something.
some toast and bread.
We gonna
With
make it work.
some butter with the toast and the cheese. Look, throw it on there. We'll be all
I'll
right.
pick something up on the way home. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
But luckily for us men, I'm gonna say majority of our duties are like real hands-on stuff, and it's not really this needs to happen right now.
Right.
If it's something that needs to happen right now, I think that adrenaline kicks in, and it's like, oh, like it's an old shit moment. Like if the pipes busting the wall, oh shit, like all that tiredness, all that like,
it go out the window.
I ain't really feeling it. It is out the window because it's like, nah, this need to get dealt with. But if it's like grass or back patio or I need help folding clothes and all this other type of stuff, bro, give me a little grace and
facts. They can wait till tomorrow. I'll do it. I get it done. Just give me a day. Give me half a day. Let's set a day.
I get it done.
Okay.
Just not when you want me to.
Corey, I know you got to come. I got a question after y'all go.
Yeah.
I got a question after you go, Corey. After y'all get y'all thoughts out.
No, that was exactly where I was gonna go to. Is like the other half of it. You know, I've heard it so many different times from my wife, and you know, it's along the lines of basically, if I don't do it, it ain't gonna get done. That's the perspective, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do also feel that you know, women may share that same sentiment, and they may, you know, speak to that as if, you know, men ain't really pulling that kind of weight. In all fairness, it may feel that way because we don't usually have to. But are we capable? You know, if it wasn't getting done by you, would it get done? That's where I would argue that it would. You talk about, now, in fairness, I will say this. I got girls, if it come to hair, now we got a problem. I've tried that shit. Hair ain't my friend. Hair is not my friend. Rel, I think I've heard you do better. You
What?
committed to it. No, you fell off. Damn, that changed quick. Wait a minute.
Same, bro.
When did this
Same,
happen? I missed the update. Man, you used
Same,
to be
bro.
the go-to. That's all I used to hear.
Mm-mm. The
Oh,
best
man.
I could do, and this is, I'm gonna let you get back to it. Just a quick
Yeah.
little story. Best I did was Whitney went out of town, and I had the girls, and
Yeah.
I had to just, I like, hey, I feel like I remember her, seeing her
Yeah,
do
you
this
had to
shit.
redo it. Yeah.
Get a little edge control.
Oh man, not the edge control.
Hit
Crazy.
You better than me.
a
You
little
better than
brush
me,
Crazy.
on
boy.
it. You know what I'm
Boy.
saying? And I'm gonna send you on your way.
Man, when I tell you, I tried to redo. My plan was to. I was in the same boat. She was gone. She came. You know, she did the hair before she left, and I had the girls for like the week or whatever. I'm like, I bet they going to school every day or daycare every day. I could just redo this. And so a few days passed. They were like, all right, it's getting a little out of whack. Let me go ahead and redo it. So I go to redo it. And I'm telling you, them braids, they went from straight to leaning to the side a little bit. And I'm like, dang, she had to move. Something happened.
Crazy.
Well, she had to move or something, dog. Ain't no way my line is crooked. Like, I was looking straight down the barrel. Like, what happened? All right, but yeah,
It's
bro.
sad.
They
I'll do
had my
better.
friend. Ever since then, I gave up.
I'll do better changing the transmission.
Man, listen, give me some manly stuff. Thanks. Let me do the plumbing or something. I'll swap out these light bulbs.
Transmission is
Let me-
crazy.
I keep your smoke detector straight. You know, I
Right.
got all that.
Man,
Oh, you want me to do hair? My
I'll
hands too
remodel
big.
this whole house.
Thanks. Oh, my hands too. That's another thing. I feel like my hands too big. You know, I be trying, it just don't work out. Well, it's like, yeah, that's kind of to my point. Some of these things just ain't. It just don't fit into our bucket, right? Like we got all these different. Like we can share some duties, but some things don't fit into our bucket. And while yes, if you don't do it, it ain't gonna get done. There's many other things that we do that if we don't do it, ain't gonna get done. So the argument can be made. However, if we're gonna share certain responsibilities, or we're gonna, certain things that we share in the household that, primarily get done by the wife or the women in the house, I think it's fair. Like if you had a discussion about it, maybe we could share that and work it out together. But to solely take it upon yourself so that when that day comes, we had this argument. I do all this. I do everything. I got all this territory. I touch all this. You don't do nothing. All you do is outside. Because every time it come up, I want to help, but I know everybody done been here. Like, hey, honey, you need help with something? Need me to do something? What they say?
Nah,
What they say? Nah, I got
You
it.
see all this motherfucking shit going on, guys.
Yeah, you see what I
this?
see. Nah, I got it. Watch out.
I don't. I do, but I don't. And that's kind of segueing into a question that I had. So like timelines, and I think we touched upon it last week or maybe the week before. We talked about men are like waffles, women like spaghetti type deal. And so when it comes to doing things around the house, just strictly for the woman, to me it appears like, or at least in my house, there's a lot of things going on up here at one time. It's the dishes, it's the house, it's the kids, it's I got to go to the gym, I got to do my work stuff, I got to do this, I got to do that, and it's so many different things. And I think, from my perspective, everything seems like a priority to a woman.
Everything's a fire
at any given time. So timeline for them might be like, I need this shit done right now because this shit is a big deal. On my side, I truly do not see it that way. I know I got a schedule of cutting the grass every 2 weeks. So at a week and a half, she might be like, grass getting kind of high. And I'm like, I know it's going to get done this weekend. It's going to get done this weekend. My brain doesn't work that way. It's very compartmentalized. This isn't important. Some things are obligations, or maybe some things are regular duties that you do all the time. Whether it's taking out the trash, maybe dishes, maybe make sure laundry baskets are empty, whatever the case may be. I got to feed the kids, blah, blah, blah. Regular things that occur every single day. However, some stuff I feel like when you say, hey, y'all too tired, real? If the dishes in the sink, it ain't going to hurt nothing to do the dishes tomorrow, first thing in the morning, or whatever the case may be. That's how I feel. They don't have to be done every single night.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop there. So I guess my
Or-
question is, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like you see it's full. We not adding to it tonight. It's gonna be there in the morning. We not doing nothing. Everybody going to sleep. I can do it in the morning. I can do it tomorrow. You know, we
Right.
going to work.
Exactly.
Everybody leaving. You gonna
Exactly.
add
Take it out
4
your
dishes
mind.
to this pile. Let me go ahead and I got it. Don't worry about it. But no, it got
Exactly.
to get done when you know. But go ahead. Let's hit the
Exactly.
question.
So my question would be like, what truly determines the timeline? Who decides how important this thing is to be done at this particular time? Is it just because of how the woman feels about it, or because of how I feel about it on this side, or is this thing truly important? You get what I'm saying? Is it really
Yeah.
important, or is somebody deciding what makes it so important?
Yeah. Well, you got it. Are you?
Yeah, because I might be going left field with this, but
Okay.
I think what determines the timeline is your childhood, and this is why
That's
I say
different.
this.
Okay.
So I've had this. I'm not even gonna say an argument, but I've had this conversation with my wife, because like so. For instance, the dishes in the sink at night, right? I'm like it's pots, pans, in the sink, whatever. Like the shit ain't even to the top of the sink, bro. Like it's still in there. You got to go look in it to see dishes in there.
You don't.
But she in
you
here,
gotta walk up on it.
yeah, you got to walk up on it. You know what I'm saying? And she in here like, guess I got to do the dishes and scrubbing and throwing
Throwing them
pans and
shots.
shit.
Throwing them
Yeah.
jabs.
And I'm just like, babe, like,
Don't I keep the heat on?
I'm just like, no, like you do know that could have waited till tomorrow when our day slows down, right? Nah, cause it gotta get done. And then after having that conversation, she tells me like, well, when I was growing up, my mom would wake me up out of my sleep to go clean the kitchen. Like, my mom always told me, you don't never go to bed with the kitchen dirty, right?
Strong conversation there.
Man,
Right.
for real.
So and even now, like when it's her turn to cook, we've actually had this argument this week, but like when she's cooking, she can't cook with dishes in the sink. And I'd be like, nigga, you wasn't even gonna use this dish, bro. Why is this a problem? What are we talking about?
Hot.
That's crazy.
What? But
That's
it's
crazy.
just like, dog, the way she was brought up, bro, it's like, nah, women must always keep they kitchen clean and dishes need to be washed and put up at night before you go to bed and whatever. So, and even to flip that, as men, I was, shall I say, we was taught to like, hey, that grass is 1 3/4 inches high. You need to go ahead and cut that. Or hey, a storm coming. This is your last day of sunshine. Got to get it in. Right?
I dodged my shit today. And I'm like, man, that rain can have it.
Facts. So that's my thing, man. I feel like that timeline comes from childhood, bro.
Yeah.
What y'all think?
Nah. I think that's a good point. I think that definitely does. It instills certain principles in you, you know, and that builds your character and your, you know, just who you are, right? And it branches off into the person you are in your marriage and how you carry your household. So now I think that's a really good point, actually. I think the biggest hurdle in it, right, is expectations. I think that's what maybe needs to be the takeaway is like you, even though you grew up this way, you know, or I guess the biggest point is you grew up this way, not me, right? Like you grew up this way, not me. You also grew up with a woman. You know, you were raised as to be a woman. I was raised to be a man. I was raised to be and carry myself a certain way and to do certain things. You know, our biggest focus was to be providers, protectors, you know, man in the house. You know, you you handle all your chores outside and, you know, you make sure that all of these other duties get taken care of. You know, your family ain't feeling insecure with you in the household. That's the way we were brought up. You know, you always check the locks and the doors, and you do your sweep at night type of deal.
Yep.
That is our duties. I don't know any women that do that. I don't know any women that are sweeping their house. I would be surprised. I would commend them for picking up that awareness from whoever taught them. But being able, especially if you're on your own, you got kids, whatever, you just on your own in general, and you got your crib, and it's time to lay down. You lock up and you check, you do your sweep, make sure everything locked up. These lights off, these lights on, whatever, and you lay your head down at night. That's what us as men, fathers, husbands, typically do. I don't know if there are any women that are doing this on the regular. I know my wife for sure does not do this regularly. She may lock the door, I think, to the house from time to time, but there's like extra steps that I know I take. And I don't know if y'all, I'm sure y'all got your own little routines.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing as men. We got our routines, we do it regularly, and it's to make sure our families are safe. But that's the perspective that most women don't ever see. While, it comes across or it's seen that we're not thinking or doing things that they may be doing or thinking of, like the household, dishes, sweeping, mopping, toilets, whatever, bad time, clothes, dishes, dinner, all of that. Yeah, it's not on the forefront of our mind. We should be probably thinking about it a little more, but at the same time, it's just not the way we came up. Dinner wasn't first,
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, both of y'all had some, in my personal opinion, not even trying to be biased, so we on the podcast together, but I think those some really strong ass points. Real, I really don't have too much more to add to yours, and Corey, like yours sparked like maybe two thoughts in my mind. Yeah, so a lot of things don't show up on paper or whatever, and I think that if women maybe knew more of how we think and why we think the way we do, childhood is definitely one of those things. But like the things that I'm doing are things that just not gonna show up on paper. I'm not only am I doing the lockups at night or whatever the case may be, but when we go out, we go to a public place, I'm checking all these different things or whatever. Like I'm looking for the exits. I'm trying to see who's a threat, this is and this, on and so forth, X, Y, and Z. And those are things that are not high value items for maybe a lot of women on paper or whatever. But for us, it's like I'm protecting my family. I'm willing to put my family, my life on the line to protect my family or whatnot. And I think those things are important also. The other thing I'll say is if my girl or whoever is very good at doing something, this is her stilo. I'm not saying that women are just supposed to be in the kitchen or whatever case may be, but if me coming from the army, like if you have my 6, I'm not checking my back to see what the fuck is going on back there because I know you got my 6. And just like vice versa, you don't have to worry about this side of what I'm seeing and what I'm scoping out because I got you. And so I think two people should be able to move that way in a relationship or whatnot, and it could be smooth. No, all responsibility shouldn't fall on somebody in this area over here or over there, but both people need to respect. Hey, you doing that shit very well. This is what you do. You do this shit over here very well. This is what you do. Respect that shit, so on and so forth. I respect what the fuck you're doing, and I'm not taking it for granted that you do the dishes and the kids and all that type of stuff. That's all great. I appreciate you. The second thing I'll say, trying to be short, was Real, you did mention something that sparked my interest. You said childhood. I think the other thing that could be missed or where it could come from is other relationships, because everybody has different expectations. So just because your previous guy might have been a stickler for, hey, you need to have this house clean, you need to be cooking this food, this and this, does not mean that that's the same thing that's big to me. I might not feel that way. Every relationship should be approached, I think, from a different point of view. Yes, you have your baseline things of what people want, but my needs are completely different than the guy that you had before me, or your needs are completely different than the girl that I had before you. Yada yada yada. So that's my 2 cents on that particular part of it.
Yeah. No, I think exactly where you going with it was the expectations point. Expectations need to be established. That's just the gist of it. Like if you're in this relationship and you came up a certain way or whatever, or you've been in a relationship with this person for so long, y'all get married, like now y'all a unit, right? Like you're supposed to be one. So my duties are your duties are my duties. We are a unit. It's just only when it gets to certain points where I'm not necessarily good at it or I'm not capable, where it should be, all right, this is more yours than mine. Like the grass. My wife ain't cutting grass. The flower bed. She ain't rocking with that flower bed. As much as I don't want to do a flower bed, I got to deal with it. But
Right.
she ain't doing it. So it's like, all right, I know that ain't your stilo. Like like KB said, uh, I'm I'm understanding that, and I'm gonna take care of it. But other things where it's like, okay, I'm very well capable of doing the dishes. I'm very well
Yeah.
capable of doing the laundry. I can sweep. I can mop. I can do all of that. And if it's within the my means, I get it done. And we at the least we talk it, hash it out, and set an agreement that when the time comes around and say you doing all these other things and I got the capacity to do it, I get it done. I think the biggest and most important piece to that though is you allow room. We were talking timelines. You gotta allow room for your spouse to do it within a reasonable amount of time, right? And that's also within that conversation. You talk. That's all expectations. It's okay. I'm gonna be able to do X, Y, Z. And when I say I'm gonna do X, Y, Z, you give me so much time. Now, if I don't do it, then that gives you room to hold me accountable and say, yeah, I thought you was, I think the other pieces you be respectful about it. Like give some grace. Maybe I forgot. Maybe this other stuff got in my way and it slipped my mind. But I think I've seen or I've experienced in some situations where women, they may get caught up, in either the emotions of other things or just the things building up over time. They let it slide so many times and then it builds up. And then when they finally say something, now it's coming all hot. Like, yo, calm down. Like, it slipped my mind. Or, hey, I had this other stuff on my mind and I didn't get to it. Give me some grace, and say like, hey, I get a little jab to say, hey, don't you said you was gonna do X, Y, Z, don't forget, and that helps us stay on track. But in some situations I've seen where most dudes getting grilled, they getting chewed out because they said they was gonna do something and they ain't do it this time, right? It was the one time that you didn't do it right or you didn't do it when you said you was gonna do it, and now it's an argument or you getting chewed out.
Man, you got me about to stir the pot over here for real, for real. I'm about to live
Man,
up to my
I'm
name
just
in a
saying.
second. I'm about to get crucified in the comments for what I want to say.
Yeah, no, I'll look forward to it, But that's what that was my biggest point. I think is that we talk expectations, and you talk timelines or at least grace periods to get the job done. And at the same time, because at the end of the day, we're a team. If we're a unit, we're a team, we in it together. You should always be looking out for me just like I want to look out for you. And the moment that I slip up, it shouldn't be, oh, it's time for me to chop them up. There you go messing up again. It should be, us being a team or, you trying to hold me accountable like, yo, you forgot you was going to do such and such. Like, you good? More of a concern. Like, you straight? You need me to help? I know I got stuff going on, but I know you say you was going to do it, blah, 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 blah. Especially if it's out of your nature. You usually on top of it, and now you slipped up. But that's what I feel as as in a relationship. If we're a unit, we should always be looking out for each other, and sharing whatever responsibilities may be able to be shared, and you set that expectation up front. So that's my 2 cents.
Go ahead, KB. You got it.
Yeah. Like
I
said,
want to see you stir the pot.
I'm finna stir the pot just a tad. I'm finna add some seasoning to this motherfucker.
Oh,
But
shit.
So here's my thing, and I was thinking about it as you're talking. Like, I'm not saying my perspective is right for anybody that's ready to jump on me after I say this. Cool beans, whatever.
Oh, shit.
But when you mentioned expectations, and I think the expectations for, let's say, men in today's society, I think it has changed. I don't.
Okay.
Gender roles used to be a huge thing back in the day. Men were expected to do this. Men were expected to do this, and women were expected to do this, and it worked for. Maybe it wasn't emotionally, better for a relationship, but it worked. Nowadays, I still have things that I will not let my woman touch, and that's gender roles for me.
Mm-hmm.
You're not taking out the trash. You're not doing the grass, shit around the house that needs fixing. I got that shit. Shit with the car. I got that shit. So on and so forth. On my side, I think it can be said that I've come over more to the middle of doing things that are outside of what the gender roles used to be. Now I do the dishes. I do laundry. I fold clothes. I do other little tidbit things or whatever that's kind of would have been seen as this is on your side of the house to do, and I don't have to
Right.
do it.
Right.
What things are on the woman's side of the house that the man just doesn't touch anymore? Will be the question for the women in the comments. That's me stirring the pot a little bit. What things do y'all have that men just we can't do? Men are cooking nowadays. We doing a lot of different things. Not saying every man. There's some niggas out here that ain't shit. So don't get me wrong. Some niggas out here that ain't shit. But I feel like more has been put on us, and we've come to this side of the house than not. And not that it's put on us, but we're willing to do more nowadays. And so
And
that
I want to
forgiveness
also,
that you might have,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
My bad. I was just gonna say, I want to also add, don't try to chop men down by the legs and say, oh, they don't do it enough, because I know that's gonna be the defense. It's like, oh, well, you don't do it a lot, you don't do it enough. Like they might be helping out with cooking or they cleaning it, but they ain't doing it as much as the woman, so it don't really count. Like you got to give a little bit of,
So I want to jump in here if I can. I wanna add to what KB saying, but also I guess play devil's advocate a little bit.
How?
So
How?
so hit me out. So
he said, how? How,
some men
You don't
will
have
say-
the answers. You don't have the answers, Will.
Yeah, I'm about to have a Kanye moment for real, guys.
So some men will say like, "Hey, we've adjusted to the time where it's one of them things where like, all right, I've come inside a little bit. Like, whoa, that's crazy."
That was wild.
If you were talking about a woman, we'll allow it. You were talking about a woman, my
That's
boy.
that's crazy.
Hey, that was wild that it happened that way. Though.
I'm inside the house a little bit more now, as far as like, yeah, I'm doing the dishes. I'm learning to do the dishes how you're saying, oh, doing the dishes is this way is the correct way. Like the whole my wife like to do bleaching water type of shit, right?
I'm guilty a little bit, but go ahead.
And I'm just like, I ain't never heard of that, but I use the Dawn dish soap, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Cool. All right, I'm vacuuming, I'm sweeping, I'm mopping, I'm doing this and doing that.
Oh yeah.
And then some men may come around and be like, yeah, I stepped into your lane. When you gonna step into mine?
That's what I thought KB was gonna go with.
Men don't want you to though.
Right.
Men don't want you to step in. We don't want you to step into our lane though.
And that's the point that I was gonna go to. It's like, so we have this kind of like, I don't know if I want to use the word resentment of, hey, I'm doing all this for you to help, or should I'm doing all this for the household to help take some of the load off of your back, but who taking the load off of my back? But the other part is like
God.
KB said,
God. Call on. Nobody come to help you, my nigga. God come to help.
Bro.
But that's that. I feel like someone would ask that question. It's like, well, what do you need from me, right? And this shit just happened to me today. I'm out fixing something on the patio, and it's just the whole thing where my wife come out there and she's like, "Man, you need something?" And I'm like, "Nah." But right. The crazy part is if let's say Corey, if you're at my house and you say, "Hey, you need help with something?" Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I need it. Yeah.
So I can screw this together. Hey, take this piece over here and you deal with that, and I'm gonna deal like it's crazy. I don't
throw
know
that curveball, my dog. Yeah, throw that curveball. Nah, yeah.
I'm about to.
Them facts. Go pick up that dirt over there. You know? Yeah. Go on,
He said, "Oh, you saying throw the curveball that way? That's crazy."
Yeah. I'm throwing. Hey, you want help? Hey, you. Because otherwise, I feel like you just throwing that rhetorical question out there. Like I was gonna say no. So you just had to ask.
You said
All
Well,
throw that
for
right,
me,
curveball.
bet.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
she was saying it in a rhetorical way.
Right.
I'm
She
saying
wants to
more of
know.
like I don't even know how to
Explain to
tell
you.
you I could use help. Like I don't know how to explain to you, hey, help me with this. Because now like it brings a whole nother aspect of it. It's like, hey, yeah, go get that 1 in 16
Yeah.
socket and bring it over here. And then we gonna tighten this up this way. Oh, now I gotta tell you which way is tight and which way is loose. Like now I gotta tell you, oh, it's not these screws, it's those screws. Now I gotta tell you, nah, hey, the book says pick up piece A. That's not piece A.
I'm gonna let
Like
you
it's
rant.
so it goes into
He said, I'm
so
gonna let you
many
rant.
different layers, bro.
Yeah, I feel you though. I feel you. I 100%. I understand exactly where you coming from with that because we met, right? We know
And some niggas in the
that
comments like,
particular
yeah,
world.
talk your shit, nigga. Talk
Right.
your
Nah,
shit.
we know that world, and I know KB got something on his end, but I'm gonna say this because of the way you saying it, I can almost see my wife, like because of her side of the board. She does so many different things, and the way their brains are set up, that you could like all of these nerves and thoughts are running at the same time. They firing off at the same time, and it's all going nonstop. So she's doing all of these different things. And the moment I ask, how can I help? What can I do? And some of this stuff that I can help with is in that same world of like, all right, if I do help with this that she's dealing with right now, especially like for the business, so many different things that she does that she studied and worked her way into that I want to help with, but it requires some education. It requires some teaching. And the biggest struggle and the problem is you not having the patience or the time to teach me. So to your point, while it is a great point, my devil's advocate would be we got to have the patience to allow or teach our spouse. Like we in it together. And I tell my wife this all the time, like I want to help you here. But if it's something that I'm not familiar with or I haven't dealt with, and I think I'm capable of doing, we need to figure out how to make room for me to be able to do it. But the biggest spin or pushback is, well, I'll just do it myself because it's going to, I'm not a good teacher, or as I don't, it's going to take too long. All right. Well, then you doing this shit by yourself, right? Like now your plate's still full. You can't offload nothing because you don't want to take the time to teach or share this knowledge so I can at least pick it up somewhere. I got to go figure it out on my own. And so honestly, that is one of the things that we ended up coming back to. I think that was a point I wanted to make as well from KB's side was like certain duties that we got to pick up, certain things that we got to pick up from our side of the board. If, wife is saying, they need help with X, Y, Z, and it ain't necessarily in our boat or in our bucket, right? And it's time for us to do it. You got to figure it out. I've had to learn on my end. It sucks, but we've done many things as men that we just had to figure out, right?
Yep.
Relax.
He itching to say something.
Relax.
He itching to say something.
You better relax, goddammit. All
There's
right?
so much shit going on
I
up
feel
here
like
right now.
I might have
goddamn.
slipped up and said something. All right, cool. All right, but anyway, the point is,
I know what he was thinking.
we gotta learn.
No.
Like we didn't. Right now, we gotta learn. And we gotta stand on our own 10, basically, just like they had to. That's kind of the perspective. I got so many different things going on. I don't have time to teach you everything. Figure it out. If you're gonna take it, figure it out. And it's tough, but you got to do it, right? If we're gonna really help, that's what they want, or that's what will shed some of the weight off of their shoulders and make it more balanced. While we are doing stuff outside, I think the perspective is the stuff that they're doing inside, especially nowadays, is it's so much going on inside that compared to outside, even though outside has a certain weight to it, it's not the quantity. It's the quality of it. Inside, it's the quantity. There's so many different avenues and things to do, from cleaning to folding to handling the kids to cooking to catering to the husband, or if they only got their own personal business going on, whatever. Like, you juggling all of this, and on top of that, they go to work these days, right? I respect it. I understand it. I respect it, and that's where I've learned to come over to that side and kind of take a peek around, and try to take a little bit here, off, there, and there. I will say this, though, for the ladies that are agreeing with me, I think the biggest and most important piece to that, though, before they get too happy, you got to give your man some grace, because there's a transition period. There's a learning curve. Just like everybody else, they go through a job and they go through training. There's a learning curve. We ain't been doing this. We just starting to do this. And as we start to do it, you have to give us time to go through this learning curve. Everybody's learning curve is different. And on top of that, we might mess up, right? We might mess up. We might fall off. This is not in our habits. And if we fall off, help us out. Help us, give us a little push back on track. But instead, most people you see, or most relationships, you see them, they get chopped up. They get chopped down from the knees, and now you bowing down and crying and asking for forgiveness. Like, no, I messed up. Cool. Let's get back on track. I think it's more productive if we go in it with the right mentality and the right expectations, that I may mess up from time to time and you have my back, and kind of, give me a little nudge to say, all right, you get back in there. But go ahead, Kim. I know you over there itching. I know. Let's hear it.
I think we all think. No, just playing. But real, you said something earlier. Where you were talking about, like, you basically wouldn't ask your significant other. And Corey, you're basically saying, like, we should come to the middle. I know we got to wrap up this shit soon or whatever, but you won't ask real. Corey, you saying we should come to the middle. From the man's side of the house, and this is from my own perspective or whatever, I always grew up hearing shit like happy wife, happy life. And as men, we taught from a young age how to protect, how to provide, this is how you should treat a woman, this is and so on and so forth. And real, I'm kind of like you, and I don't ask the question of like, I don't answer the question like, what can you help me with? Part of that is, I feel, I don't know, maybe subconsciously, I don't want to burden you with doing anything that I can do, so on and so forth. I don't need you to help me with this light detector. I don't need you to help me with the brakes on the car or changing the oil or this and this. I don't need you, or nor do I want you to help me, because my job is to give you a soft life. Happy wife, happy life. And I don't want to feel like I'm adding something extra to your plate at the end of the day. However, on my side, I'm willing to say, you know what? I'm going to come to your lane of things to increase this soft life that I want you to have, and learn how to do these things or whatever. And I'm going to do things that's not necessarily in my wheelhouse of things that I learned to be as a man, or, as a boy. I didn't learn to do these things. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to try to learn this. I'm going to try for you, I will do this.
Facts.
I love you that much. I
everybody
never
else
ask you to come. Fuck them. But I never ask you to come to my side of the house. I will never ask my old lady, hey, honey, come outside and help me change these brakes. Let me teach you how to do this. I'll never ask her to do it. It's not going to be a thing. And that's no fault of hers or anything like that. That's just how I was raised as a man or whatever. All I'm saying at the end of the day, I think it's a little bit, I'm not going to say biased, but like, it's a little bit unfair. And women can say it's unfair on a lot of different sides. So I'm not taking that away from women. But on our side, from my perspective, it's unfair for me to do all the masculine shit that I'm willing to do or that I do, and then come over to the side of the house and say, you know what, these gender roles that I'm accustomed to them being a thing. Now, okay, I'm going to do the dishes. I'm going to do laundry. I'm going to fold clothes. I'm a vacuum. I'm going to clean, this and this. I'm going to do all these different things. I'm consistently coming over to this side of the house. There's no time that I'm asking you to come from over here to my shit. I'll never do it. And so for some men, I think it can be resentment of, I don't even ask you for shit. I just want peace of fucking mind at the end of the day. I just want peace and quiet. I want to be able to do what I want to do. This and this. You ask a lot of men that's married, what do you want? Peace. That's it.
Yep.
That's all we want. I'm going to stop there because I can keep rambling all that type of shit.
No. Yeah, I think those are solid points. And Real, you had something?
Yeah, so I want to bring this conversation. It's two different questions I want to ask. So I'll start with this question, and then like KB said, we're getting close to wrapping up. So I want to end it with this question. But the first question is: do we feel like pressure comes with doing duties? So if I need to break it down, it'll be more of the way I look at myself is I was taught to be a provider, protector. Like, the grass has been a big thing in this episode. So like I'm looking at my lawn every day, right? And for those that are fortunate enough to have a father in their life, like I'm looking at my house like, man, how am my dad look at this, right? Like my dad would drive past this house and be like, damn, my son grass ain't cut.
Bruh.
Right? Like, man, you need to get on that. You the father, the husband of this house. Like,
Wash that car.
right, the car. Like,
Man.
she need an oil change.
Yeah.
You gonna take it to 5 minute oil to get it. You gonna pay for it to get changed. Like, man, go change it yourself. Save you a couple dollars. Right? Like, do y'all feel like pressure comes with like your childhood of like how you were raised or
I see
how
what
you
you're
should
saying.
handle your
Quick
family?
answer. Quick answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
Super quick answer.
I know what he's going. Yeah.
I probably ain't even gonna go where you think I'm going. I think the pressure for
All
me,
right.
it came during the childhood of learning to do those things. Because I was looking for either my father's approval or my father figure's approval. That's what the pressure was for me. Now that I'm an adult, the things that are embedded in me, it's not pressure for me to do. I do them secondhand nature. Like I said, if I'm Corey said locking the doors up at night, you don't even think to do it. That's not pressure, whatever the case may be. That's just something you doing. When we go out, I'm constantly observing this, this, and this. This is something I'm doing. That's a duty of mine as a man, as a provider, whatever. I don't have to think about that shit. Now, granted, if it's something that it wasn't embedded in me, somebody else coming around like, man, you don't pay for her nails and shit. Like, man, my daddy ain't teach me that shit. I don't know. Then I got some pressure on me. But that's why I stopped there for that.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say on that, I feel like those are like, well, I guess where you're going with is like almost those instinctive things. So like the protective side, we
Yeah.
almost ain't even got to be taught. As long as we raise right, we put our spouse on a certain pedestal or a certain level of, hey, like this is my pride and joy. Between my wife and my kids, I got to protect them from everything. So it's instinctive with these things to always be on guard behind them. I feel like the difference though is, or the hard line to draw is when it comes to those chores. That's where those feelings get involved. That's where dang, I had a long day at work. I had to deal with a whole bunch of BS, so my workload was heavy today, and I'm tired. Like I ain't got the capacity to pick up these dishes or to get out there and cut this grass today. It's Friday. A storm coming this weekend. The only time I'm gonna be able to cut this grass is today. I don't feel like doing this shit. But hey, what you gonna do? That's where I think, kind of real to your point, is that pressure go to set in. It's like, all right, what you gonna do? Now it's this is man decisions. You were raised this way. This is, your daddy gonna be in your ear all weekend because you didn't do it. Or, I know I hear it all the time. That there's one thing I know I don't do. Wash the car. I ain't big on washing the car. Just because it's so many steps I gotta go through because I can be a very tedious person at times, bro. Like things gotta be a certain way for me when I'm ready to wash the car. And it also includes one of the big things that we started with, which is those feelings. I gotta be in the mood. Or I gotta set the mood. I feel like the vibe gotta be right for me to do certain chores. Cutting the grass is one
Well,
of
he's saying
them.
he got to get some booty first.
Washing
That's
the
what he's
car is
saying.
another one. And that's just how it go for me. So it come down to washing the car. I hear my daddy all the time. Boy, you ain't washed that girl car. Like he chewing me out. Like, bro, what you doing? Like, oh yeah, bro, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. All of that. I'm like,
Right.
man, listen, I didn't work all week. Oh, you can bring it to the car wash, man. Listen, I be tired, bro, and I got to come home and help with these kids. I can't just
Right.
walk off, and
Right.
not help with these kids.
Mm-hmm.
So that's usually the perspective of like, all right, I just got home. Let me go through. I'm gonna put my stuff down. I'm gonna get situations. I'm gonna do this, do that, do that, and the whole time washing the car, cutting the grass, and all this other stuff goes on the back burner.
Mm.
It still got to get done though, but it goes on the
I
back burner.
understand that. Yep.
And then when it's time
Yep.
to finally do it, me personally, my mood got to be right. I got to be in a good mood, kind of to your point, Rel. Because if I ain't in a good mood, I guarantee you that grass, I'm chopping that shit up. I'm just running
Mm-hmm.
that man. I'm running that lawnmower, the
Full
weed
speed.
eater, the weed eater. I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna clean these edges up just a little bit, make it look right. Because I'm trying to go lay down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to go sit down
Mm-hmm.
and enjoy a little bit of this weekend that I have. Because these kids gonna be
Right.
running me reckless.
10.
Like it ain't never gonna stop. So
Right.
yeah,
So
man.
I kind of so I did say I have two questions, so I'm gonna say this question is 1B, and then I got my second and final question.
All right.
Definitely
So
three questions.
what Kenny
Definitely three,
said,
should ask.
what KB said, shall I say?
Three questions, but snuck one of that.
What he said, it's going off what he said. It's like, do y'all feel, or is it just me that seeking for your father's approval, like, does it stop?
Hmm. I could answer that straight up. No,
Yeah.
nah, it is
That's what
never
I'm
gonna
saying.
stop. It is. I don't even know what it's rooted in for real. I just,
Me either.
it feels almost instinctive. If as long as you got a father figure or somebody that you look up to, um, hell, it could be your mama.
That's what I was about to say. It could be your
Yeah,
mama.
it's
Yeah.
it's more just that person that you respect. It could be a role model. I want
Mm-hmm.
them to be proud of me and what I'm, the work
Mm-hmm.
that I'm putting in. That's the way I see it. I'm sure a lot of people will feel the same way. At the end of the day, that role model, that parent, that figure, uh, I want them to be proud of what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's cool for me to be proud of myself because I think that's like the new teaching these days is, you instill your child to be proud of what they're doing. Like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I want somebody to see what I'm doing too. Like it can't just be me. At least
Mm-hmm.
that's my perspective. I feel like, yeah, you want somebody to feel what you're doing, and it means something.
KB,
I'm,
what you got?
I'm gonna say no because I feel like I had a different upbringing than y'all did. I feel like y'all's pops was around a lot more than mine was. Mine
Hmm.
was in the military or whatever, so him and my mom were never married. So I never got the dynamic of having both parents in the household or whatever case may be. Never got that. So if you want to say, hey, I'm looking for his approval, I would say some things, but not all things. If you want to talk about
Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing in my house and how I'm taking care of my wife, this is and this, no shot to my pops, but he never got married. How do you coach me on what a marriage looks like if you never got that? So I'm not looking for your approval in these areas. With other things about maybe how I carry myself as a man, sure, I respect his opinion on that. And I want him to feel like I'm doing well, maybe as a making money and this is and this on the sofa. What I'm doing in my house, it wasn't the same for him. So no, I'm not looking for his approval in those areas.
I got you. Um, for me, I think that um, I'll never have enough of my father's approval. Like, it's gonna always be in my head, um, because I guess I just want to always make my father, like my mom, whatever, both parents. Like, you was right. You was right the way you raised me. You was right in
Hmm.
believing in me. You was right in everything you did. Like, you're able to look at your son and be like, yeah, that's mine. That's my work,
Yeah.
right? So it's always in the back of my, which is why I asked that question a little bit earlier in the show. Just like, when you're looking at your grass, when you're looking at your house, you thinking about uh, what would my dad say about this? Like, oh man, the grass too high. Damn, now I gotta cut the grass. Man, this needs to be painted. Damn, now I gotta paint. Right. My final question is, why do we feel, or I'm gonna say me, why do I feel like we as a society is getting away from gender roles? Because apparently it seems like the shit works.
The gender roles work?
Yeah, like it seems like if everybody have a role, like, hey, maybe I got the kids and make sure they got a bath, dishes clean, whatever. And the men like, hey, I got bills, I got the house, I got the yard, everything outside. Like I remember growing up, my dad used to say, I'll take care of outside, your mama take care of inside.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like the shit worked. But now it's becoming more of a thing like, nah, he need to learn how to do the dishes too. He need to learn how to wash laundry too. Whatever. And it's like, all right, but then you fall into that line of, well, she need to learn how to cut grass too. She need to learn how to change oil too. Like you can't really have one without the other.
I got an answer for you, at least in my opinion.
So why are we getting away from gender roles?
I think it's harder to do gender roles now. Do I think gender roles work in the aspect of everybody knows what the fuck they doing, so now I can hold you accountable for this group of things that you're supposed to be doing? I think that works. However, I think gender roles are not a thing nowadays because the woman is working today. Back when gender roles, we think about the 50s and 60s when a guy would come home and flop over his newspaper or whatever. The woman didn't have a job. She was taking care of the kids and all the house while he was at work, this and this. So she's not tired to do those things. Nowadays, the woman is working just as much as the man or whatever. In some cases, making more than the man, blah, blah, blah. And so she's just as tired as we are coming home. And it's like, nigga, I need help. I can't do this after doing everything I've done today to come home and deal with the kids or whatever. So I think that's the big issue with gender roles not being a thing nowadays. However, if I'm gonna stir the pot some more, devil's advocate type shits, people gonna say some shit, whatever. Men have been doing this shit where we got to come home and after a day of work and do what the fuck we supposed to do or whatever. We're always expected to do that. There's no leeway for us not to do that. We always supposed to be a protector, a provider, this and this. That's what the fuck we do. And we're not going to, I'm not saying women do this, but I'm saying we're not going to complain or ask for a way out. Like you said earlier, Real, like who gonna help us? I think that was you. Who gonna help us with this and this? And I'm like, nigga, God. God got our back. Because ain't nobody else coming. Ain't no help coming from over the hills. None of that type of shit, nigga. You do this shit. You fucking suck the shit up. Pause. You take a knee. Do what you need to do. Drink water. Deal with it. That's what we are taught to do as men. We're not looking for help. That's just who we are. That's what we do. So.
Yeah. Coach B, wrap us up, man.
Yeah. No, I think those great spins to the conversation. Well put, well said, thoroughly, expressed, and I definitely agree to most of them when it comes to those perspectives of roles, and that's just the truth of it. The way society is set up these days now, the women have to do more compared to back then. So naturally, as we evolve, women have to share some of those responsibilities that they were doing in the house. When men got to pick it up, kind of help pick up some of that love that's going around. So that's where we get to do these dishes, and now we get to do these this laundry and whatnot. However, right? They ain't touching that lawn. They ain't messing with this oil change and the trash. They ain't touching the trash like talk about. But that's only a small thing, a small piece of the pie that we take care of. And it only takes so long, right? compared to the stuff that they're doing all week long. So I kind of get it. And I also understand, like I said, what the society has played into why these gender roles have transitioned. I will also think, I want to add, I guess I wanted to really nail down where our parents might have missed the teachings, and something, put it, I would say from my side of it, at least, or our side, some people might have gone through it, but everybody's household is going to be different. I think that's a strong teaching that should be shared amongst everybody. Your household ain't got to be the same as your parents. The way you came up, they taught you a certain way.
Right.
It's not going to always be the same. It's what fits you and yours. As for me and mine, this how we rolling. And it really ain't none of your business as long as we happy, right? And I ain't abusing mine. At the end of the day, it ain't none of your business. That's real. But all in all, I do this and she do that. That's our business. That's how we work. We a team. Not you and us. You know what I mean? It's us. And if I carry this weight while she carrying that weight, if that shit work, that's how we rolling. It may be unorthodox, it may be non-traditional, but that's how we rolling.
Yep.
And that's the way it float. And gender roles back then, that shit faded away. Today, everybody getting a little bit of that love. I remember shit. I remember Jen, our cousin, she used to have to cut the grass. And that was because her brother was gone. So her parents are out. She the only child in the house. She cutting the grass. I was tripping at that. But that's a reality that some people had to grow up in. And the same thing for nowadays, right? Our parents didn't have to grow up doing dishes, or, dads or fathers, whatever. They didn't have to do dishes and, do stuff, mop the floors. They ain't doing that like talking about, unless they on their own. Nowadays, we doing all that. If we got the capacity to do it, we pitching in. And it's cool, as long as it's appreciated and recognized to a degree, we ain't got no gripe. And you give us our piece. That's the trade-off. Give me my piece when I ask for it, because I need it. So, I think that's the gist of it all. It was a real great, conversation. Hopefully, the people vibing with it in the comments and online and whatnot. Love. We're looking forward to these comments. Looking forward to hear y'all take on it. Let's hear it in the YouTube comments. Let us hear it in Instagram. Make sure y'all like, follow, and share. And we see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.